look, I appreciate your being out here speaking.
I would encourage you. That's a preacher statement if I ever heard one. I just would encourage all of you.
In fact, you know what I would have done? I would have told the folks over there, go over and punch those guys in the face.
Here it comes.
That's what Donald does to protesters. I think a candidate is campaigning to work for you.
Like you always do.
Okay, stop. What word did I say was a lie?
You're lying. You're lying. He's calling. I gotta give it to this guy. He's got some balls. He's looking Ted Cruz right in the eye and calling him a liar. Holy shit! I mean, say what you will. That takes some sack in my book. And here we go again. Donald Trump says punch people in the face. Punch people in the face. Again, more horseshit. Now, I gotta admit, Trump did say, I'd like, wouldn't you, that'd be long for the old days. It's like to punch him right in the face. He did say that. He did say that. I don't remember, and I could be wrong, I don't remember Trump actually saying, go punch that guy in the face.
About Donald telling people to punch people.
Okay, let me ask you, sir. Just go home and Google Donald.
Google it.
Punch in the face.
Go home and Google it.
At his rallies.
What?
This is on national television. You can watch the facts of him standing at the podium saying, "Punch that guy in the face." I mean, and in fact, he says I'll pay your legal fees when you punch him in the face.
Up there. He's got a point, but
listen, Donald Trump.
The fact that Ted Cruz is telling people to go home and Google it. Just go home and Google it. You'll see I'm right if you just go home and Google it. He's telling voters to go home and Google shit. This is where we are in politics today.
Trump has accused everyone in this race of being a liar. Donald cannot tell the truth in 1 minute.
You'll find out tomorrow. So, Indiana don't want you.
Well, sir, you are entitled to have
Indiana
your
don't
want you. Sir, America is a better country
without you.
Here it goes.
Thank you for those kind sentiments. Let me point out, I have treated you respectfully the entire time. And a question that everyone here should ask.
Are you Canadian?
Do you want...
To me, that was the best part of this. And the question everyone should ask themselves is, are you Canadian? This guy's a total asshole, and I love him. I absolutely love this guy. I don't care. He is all about just getting under Cruz's skin. Now here comes the part that angered me even more about Ted Cruz.
Do you want your kids repeating the words of Donald Trump? Would you be proud if your kids came home and yelling and insulting?
God in heaven, really? That's where it ends up. Do you want your kids repeating Donald Trump's words? Well, on that note, we had a bunch of apparently Mexican children, 8, 9, 10 years old, yelling, "Fuck Trump." So I don't know, Ted. I don't know. Maybe some of these people do not care what language their kids use. That's all over the news today, too. Fuck Trump. Little kids in sombreros. Google it. Just Google it. If you don't believe me, just go ahead and Google it. Jesus Christ. This is pathetic. It really is. That we've allowed our country to sink to this point, that this can even happen in a political race. I ought to tell everybody to wake the fuck up. This is where it's at, folks. Twitter battles between presidential candidates and people. Now, I'll say this much. Here's part of the problem here. And here's why we're seeing stuff like this. In other countries, when the citizenry are tired of their leaders and politicians constantly doing them up the ass, what happens is there's usually a massive protest. There's violence. There's all kinds of shit. There's Molotov cocktails being thrown. There's gunfire. There's an all-out riot. And because the United States, for the most part, for the time being, is a little more civilized than that, most of us really don't have time to fill the streets and protest our government. They do in other smaller countries, but here we don't. So this is what we do now. This is our version of that. And I'm not just talking about this little confrontation between Cruz and the Trump supporters. I'm talking about what we're seeing as a whole, the big picture. on both sides, Republican and Democrat. What we're seeing, and these people staying in, Cruz and Sanders hanging around and keeping this process going, and why people are still supporting people on both sides, Republican and Democrat, up to this point in the game, is it's the only avenue that a lot of Americans see as a way to kind of protest government, politicians, leadership, and the lack of it. Right now, this is what people are doing to try and make their voice heard. Because the next step is to spill out into the streets and have complete and utter anarchy until somebody steps up to the plate and fixes this shit. In other words...
Everybody stop. What the fuck?
It's funny how my little sound clip there from my old show sounds very similar to... And the guy in that clip actually looked very similar to the guy that's talking to Ted Cruz.
Everybody stop. What the fuck?
If you really want to know where that's from, I'll tell you. Email me. It's rodgraphing@gmail.com. rodgrafing@gmail.com. Holy shit. See what happens when I get sound clips in here? I go way, way longer than I need to. Exactly.
What?
I like playing with my sound clips. Alright, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. Like my page. Follow me here and there. Spread me around. Appreciate it. Thanks for listening.